Good night, my love. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I think you hear me, man. Going through the motion. Right? Goy, Nagat, Heru, K, Mat, Ayan, F. Goy, Nagat, Heru, Mat, Ayan, Ale. Going through the motion. 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 Can you back of this, right? Going. Hold on, wait. Going through the motion. Going through. Yeah. Going through the motions. Just my imagination. Asking a question, also making a statement. It's just my imagination. Once again, running away with me. That I'm going through the motion. See if somebody come in. I don't know. Is the music still playing? Hey, well, how did I get it? I didn't know you can put music on here. just waiting a little bit to see if, well, right as I was saying it, one popped up. Thank you for coming back. I'm grateful in heart. You have a feeling to observe. Hey, Canada, great light, brother. I wish I had color markers, but I'm gonna just write words for it. But I was going through the motion, right? And I was Goy, Nagat, Eru, De, Mat, Yan, Ali, right? Going through the motions, basically. And I was feeling to show, I feel what's called the chakra, yeah, and how one, or my perception of how how we go down in our growing, or how we come out, right? I'm gonna draw something here, I guess. I didn't plan this. I just, I freehand anyway. Seven chakras, they say. Very well, more or less. Seven chakras of the body, and side of the body is to the human eyes dark, and out of the darkness comes the light, or the rainbow, also known as the covenant of God. And I feel this is like your spinal cord. One is head and not the tail. So I feel when we get educated, but when we come to Earth in the light or the white light called the sun, moon, and stars, we are in royal color, right? We garbed in royal purple. So when we get educated, um, we start to think we comprehend, like, for example, the title of these colors. We start to think we comprehend a person telling us the red stop sign or telling me. So when I think I comprehend, I go through something called life or journey, living, walking the earth. And yeah, clarinet. It's clarinet, right? So on the journey through my comprehension, I think, right, of people, I started to absorb or create thoughts, guesses of what a person was saying and or doing. So I started this guest journey. Then I felt I was getting an A. 1 plus 1 is 2. I'm getting it right. But now I call it I was guessing, or I assume that's the way you do it. Like, as a child. So I started to go through happy things and sad things. Um, Started going through my comprehension, right? I started going through what I felt was labeled as bullying and loving, right? So during my journey of comprehension, I felt that I comprehended heartbreaking children. I felt that I comprehend um, what could cause a broken heart. So when I went through that stage, I wasn't quite there to I don't care yet, but it was like I was on my way, right? So I was in this royal purple coming to earth in the light, and I started feeling blue. Man, it ain't no coincidence, right? I started feeling blue, right? So when I started feeling blue, I dropped down to green, which was my heart is broken, or I think it is, right? So then I dropped down to yellow, where you can start yelling low, right? You can start yelling, right? And then to orange, and then to red. So this is the growing. So I, through bullying and assumption of heartbreakage, I went down into my growing areas. And it's kind of like swapping places with the AI. Well, the AI, artificial intelligence. So up here, where artificial intelligence will attempt to put this to left, because it's probably all gonna fall into place. This to right, right. So the artificial intelligence, probably can't see them, came in, sat on the purple throne, right? Outside, and really it's my comprehension though, right? Sion. It's really my comprehension, but I feel that I got it from the outside of me, but I comprehend that I did, right? So my comprehension of outside information sat on the throne, which I will call Cain. Cain. One was Abel, and Abel, the one that's Abel, dropped down to the groin. So it's kind of like I cover with fig leaves, I figure, right? Which is the comprehension. I covered up with I figure. So while I'm was or kind of is, right? But I feel I done rose up to here. Well, I have to go through feeling blue again to get to the royal paper and the light. Yeah, green is love. Um, when I covered up with these fig leaves, I figured artificial intelligence, literal, right? Like, hold on, I'm coming. So when I covered up what I figured that, for example, my what I would label as my girl back then, um, my girlfriend, my lady, my wife, cheated on me. So it was the artificial. I call that artificial intelligence to be cheated on. Now can't no one cheat on me unless I'm playing the game. I don't want to play the game no more with women, sisters. Hey, the one inside, right, which is true, says you are where you stand, and if you go in that room with them, you that's where you were supposed to be. Why am I upset with you? I'm upset with myself because through my comprehension, I figured that it was them that cheated on me, but I'm cheating on myself by thinking I comprehended. So I'm feeling that's more like the yellow to raise up to the love was really the whole of you, right? So down here in the red is able or your love, your temperature dropped or your love dropped and you can feel broken. Um but down in here you have a great time. I mean, you assume Wayne, huh? They're like, yeah, but I can laugh about it and cry about it. So down in this area, it feels it can seem to feel comfortable. Um, seem like I'm enjoying life, but I'm thinking with my little head, or I'm thinking with my tail, that and not my my head. Hey, welcome. Yellow is your favorite color. Yeah. Oh, like one time, Mama say, "Boy, oh, did you do? Oh, like yellow." So, but back in the red, right? I was in the red during my growing and figuring. I figured. I think. I guess. But while I was down there, um, it came AI here. It's like it's another source or God in the light, right? Um, was communicating with both of them, and he was. It's kind of like the angel and the devil on your shoulder, right? And as God speaks, the AI would kind of interfere with it, like God will say, "Have you seen Africa? The one that where you traveled like thousands of miles across some land, and you'll feel that you in Africa." I'm like, me in my growing area say no. My AI say yes. I seen it on the map. So it's like interference, right? It's like you ain't well, Kind of like interference, like your hands clasping together without touching. Um, Interference between me, who was pushed down by Cain or AI, in Cain, right? It's like interference of what God telling me and what the AI is telling me. So I would cry many nights. The night after I cried, right? And I feel it's the true prayer. Why me? Right? I would ask God, why me? He say, because you are love. He say you are the beginning of love. You are love itself. So I know it's something, or it's me, right? Whispering to me, telling me what I am. So at that moment I knew, wow. And then so he had me to look, and he had me to look at the whole of things and what do everyone have in common, or most people that I've traveled the earth to see and witnessed and communicated with, most of them don't care us. Not all of them, but they ain't near most of them. Is don't give a efforts and don't care us and who cares and so what us. So I like kind of realized something trying to. I said something trying to turn me evil. Something trying to turn us evil away from what we truly are. Due to I see all that in common, it allowed me to see it like a disease or something. Like, how could so many people get the same symptoms? Well, he showed it to me, right? You're like, how can so many people get these same symptoms? And y'all claim to be so different individuals. One of the three that say they're not perfect, at least one of them is perfect. So how was all three of them in the same identical? Yes, it's my comprehension, right? But it seemed like they all say the same identical thing. No one's perfect, or they'll say they are not perfect with the "I'm" word. So how is it that three of them, all three of them, will claim not to be perfect? It looked like something that's contagious or something. It looked like a disease or something. So he pointed out the system, cyst, you know, system or cyst, like a cyst on her ovary. So it's a system on Mother Earth or a cyst, you know. So it's like he was saying that the world comes with instruction and direction, and what it offers you, it tells you what it offers you. So it's kind of like no complaining, even though you can't complain anyway, right? But it's kind of like it's no complaining the way. Well, first he told me to go look up words because he telling me, right? He telling me what's going on, but due to I'm down in the growing, right, in the red, and AI sitting sitting on the throne, I'm educated. Is what I call I'm educated, and my education is interfering with truth in my face. For example, the greatest stadium in the world, built by whoever, right? It's in the title, but the janitors and the servicemen, the workers, they names are um, pushed down, not shown, or almost as if they don't exist to clean that stadium. And the pictures of the stadium look like it was always clean. No one ever cleaned it. Like the ones that cleaned it was left out. So in my real life, I see these people cleaning the stadium. But in the world, it's only the name of the um, title builder, I guess. Even history, right? See, all of it excludes great uncles and grandmas, and it's like everyone's invisible. But the what is called in the Bible, the publicans. Like the publicans are names or faces or kind of known because there's nothing on the screen, but everyone else is like non-existent in the world, literally. So that interference of the truth in my face that I see them cleaning the stadium and walking in history, but the world, the AI, uh, it's sad that it's so sad. How people can't feel that the city came right. Cain went and built the city. The city that Cain built that they not included, even though they cleaning it, building it. I guess since you know you did it, you could say, well, I know I did it. But like it's like you don't exist to the world. But you do, right? Because you're the only place to move in. The only place to move in is you. So I feel once we go down in these this growing area, that the world will be sex sales. It'll be sexy. Just write it like that. So it'll become this, right? The world will be sale. It is like a seal, right? It is a seal. It's a sale, and it's a seal. Probably why they use the red seal on those letters and stuff. He said, don't turn your daughter to whoredoms, or the whole land will become whorish. So when I dropped down in here, the whole land became whorish, which is I'm thinking from here, and I'm also seeing. I feel, I can't really prove this, but I feel that when we let our AI sit on our mind or the throne, we down here and we see from down here through our spinal cord through our eyes. We see from in this growing area. It's probably why people can hear nasty talk out my mouth all the time. But I done moved up here, right? I done moved just somewhere up in here due to I know I was down there. It could be right up in here though, due to I still have some desires, right, of the world, and I also had a desire to go home. So when we down there, we become like strange fruit. I became strange fruit. I mean, I didn't. It's shameful. He said it's shameful what the wicked do, but rather expose it. It is. Down in there, I was in lust, and I desired. Why you say about them? That's why you can see them, right? Yeah, man, but oh yeah, why? I mean, love is blind, right? Love can be blind, especially when you drop down here, right? Your love become blind. And I'm not saying that I lay in that bedroom. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the culture or following the culture, dressing up, and trying to make sure your hair cut, and trying to make sure you got decent clothes or new clothes. Hey, picking up the pieces. Hey, brother. That's how I feel about all the fine brick and stonework that I don't exist to the world. Yeah, bro, it's something, man. Nothing to be. It's a great thing, though. The ones you see is your people. I feel the only ones you ever seen. But yeah, I desire to dress up and try to be in the world, right? Trying to be worldly. So I ate of that tree and I went down here. I changed color, right? It's literal, right? So I changed color. I died. I dyed my garment red. There's so much I can say about this red. It's like it's all yeah. Um, so yeah, I feel that we see when we down here, we see from down here. Like when we came, we was in the pure, right? Ain't no coincidence. We was in the purple in the light. The white chakra to me is the sun above your head or the light above you. And we was pure or purple. So when you see him from down here, the AI sit on the throne. So if anybody was to come with truth, you will reject it because your AI sits on your mind. The AI sit on your mind, which is getting money. So when you go to work, you get dollars or bills to pay, and the um, AI, I want to say beast. The beast eats your booty, right? Oh my goodness, Wayne, I know. Mm. Eats your mind, right? It eats your mind or your booty, right? And it's like you run away from home. You run away from home. And you leave with the red and white satchel, but you put your little things on your journey, right? Which is till the ground from which you was taken. So you leave the ground you was born in to the ground from which you was taken, and you run away from home, and you have your little satchel, your little red and white satchel with everything you think you need on your journey to run away. Man, that program is something, man. When you think you comprehend this stuff, magic. So AI to me don't like me. I don't know if I can say about anyone else, but AI don't like me or you to me. So when you sleep, it's like you sleep, you down here sleep, and something else is in your mind, guiding your steps or whatever, your success, and it's like you ran away from home. So when you come back home, your world or your it's like your life in shambles. So like hurricane came through, a hurricane came through your house, it tore it to pieces. It was built on sand, right? So a hurricane that came through and tore my house to pieces, and I'm like, where was I? Right? I was asleep. I was down in my growing, and I was basically in a trance, sleepwalking. The serpent told me, or the AI, the AI told me, you will not surely die, for you had a knowledge of good and evil. You would be as God. So I listened to the lie of the serpent, the AI, who is Cain, who don't like Abel, or AI don't like you to me. Because when you wake up from the AI sleep, you realize it didn't like you or no one else. Magic. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm trying to gather my strength. Because I'm a little nervous. I don't know why though. Okay, brother said booty equals treasure. Yeah, brother. Canada me say like pushing the truth away from money. Change for $1. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for your sharing of your light with. So I was going through the motions of the head and not the tail. Tail is the storyteller from the mouth. Though the tongue had power of life and death. To me, only the tongue only had that power is in the world. Because all animals, I can't say if they say who lives or dies, but all animals that speak they language can I guess can sing. They don't have that power. I can't say they don't because I don't comprehend it. Right? But I think only in the world the tongue had a power of life and death. What the person told themselves what you're saying to them. What I call the world will beg you to control it, literally, like your remote control. You feel it feel convenient, don't it? Well, it's a con. It is a convenient, but it feel convenient to change your television or any of these things with a push of a button. But to me, it's actually begging you to control it. It's begging you. It's amazing when you see it like you become superior to the world for real. Because the world is begging you to see me, buy this, buy that. You heard? Have you heard? Superstar fell, superstar rise. Look, look, buy, buy, buy. Look, please, soliciting, right? Begging. I guess when you're trying to get in that beggar spot, it's hard to see you're going to be a beggar. What's the difference from a man on the side of the highway and a man that make billboards? To me, ain't no difference. A man that make commercials or a company that have commercials is begging. Advertisement, like ads, they're begging to me. They is. The world will beg you to control it. What is the answer, Wayne? You know it. Uh, Hold on 1 minute. Let me gather my thoughts because I'm kind of slow, right? So I feel like that's begging. Trevor, I call him Trevor. Trevor be begging. The demons want to cause conflict between brothers and sisters. Yep. Distract you from your true essence, your true essence. Well, it's called truth, I guess. Putting all these titles on it, you might start to look for stuff, and it might be right next to it, like essence, right? You look up the E, and it might be in the S, right? So, or it might not be in neither of those alphabet. The whole alphabet is a part of it, right? Like it's before alphabet. No one can really tell you. I guess you just feel it. Someone telling you is like it could block you or lock you in a direction, and you could go past you. Travel all the way to Egypt to see some temples to gain the knowledge of the Egyptians. You can, not saying you will, go completely past yourself. Literally. Like it's like you do. Like it's almost like the one that's seeking is looking for him that seeks. So it's hard to turn around and see inside your brain. Like, you're looking for your own brain, right? You looking for you looking for booty. Mhm. Like the brother said, treasure. Right? I've also said that too. It's in the treasure chest, which is to me your mind. And the lights that shine is your mind. Sky is mind, earth is flesh. But then again, I put titles on it, right? So I say seek beyond the they call it physical, right? Or even the spiritual, right? It's titles. It's it's not in English to me. And if it is, it's in all languages. If it's in English, it's in every language. And if it ain't, it's in your face. I think every family we went in the program of the world will have their own language. Guess this where the tower get knocked down and confuse their language. Because if we didn't have the world's knowledge, the world tree knowledge, we all would have a different language. Like every family, even if you stay like a mile down the road from each other. It seems like AI tells us love is commodity. Yeah, I get what you say. Yeah, yeah, and the AI up here, right? When the AI sitting up here is telling us that, what I call, well, it's you that comprehend, but it's like the AI is from, it's for you, right? But it seems like it's from out there, which is you that comprehend or comprehension of the AI, and the AI tells you get commodity. It seems like they can only do what I let them to me without breaking the rules of the matrix, and then they, okay, I kind of get what you're saying because I used to ask, like, why would did Jesus say, I assure you they have been well rewarded, right? So I'm like, if they rich, but then it's a job, so it's a job, so they really not. I don't think they truly angry with you. I think it's a setup for you to be truly angry, and then you end up doing things out of your true anger, and you get in trouble. That's why you're in trouble, because you in true anger. And Wayne, some people say things they don't mean. Wayne, they they were just kidding, right? They was just playing. This is what the officer say to me. Now, Wayne, was you fighting? Yeah. Okay. Therefore, you must be suspended, and we're gonna call your mother, right? So, due to Wayne was in true fight or flight, right? Inside of him, Wayne got. I'm Wayne, picking up the pieces. So I was like, well, why would they, if they so angry? Because sometimes they would break stuff, like they would just knock something of mine over or something. Well, I say I'm going this way, right? Instead of going with the street AI. Then you got street AI too, man. To me, it's the same thing, right? Street. Who is Esau, right? Street AI. Street AI is Esau. Street knowledge. So sometimes I would go the other way. I ain't gonna go that street AI way, right? And they be wanting to knock stuff over it, help stuff. If I go street AI way, it's like everyone fine. Wayne on this way getting in trouble, right? But when Wayne say I'm going the lane way, right? I'm going lane. It's like they start tearing up stuff. Like kind of like he was saying, the rules of he said it seems like they can only do what I let them to me without breaking the rules of the matrix. Kind of what I'm saying, without breaking the rules of the street AI matrix, and then they in. I just didn't want to say that. So I was saying, I'm like, did they see outside my senses or your sense? Did they see those that failed at the mission with you? I mean, did they see them get punished? And why they could chase me for like years? One person could chase me for like 11 years. Or more than that. One person could chase me for like 11 years. Without me, I'm trying to be I'm trying not to use the street AI. So while I'm not using the street AI, that person like a chase me for years. Then they get tired after about 3 years. They gonna say they tired. So that's about the limit. When they get to 3 years, they say I'm tired. I mean, when I first seen it, I was like, okay, well shoot, they finna stop chasing me. They tired, but they didn't stop. I'm thinking like they so tired of getting frustrated and angry and irritated, um, aggravated. That's what they call it, all them titles. Man, I ain't mad. I'm aggravated. I'm frustrated. I'm irritated. Okay, I'm tired. Oh, okay. Um, they still would chase me, like, like begging me to control them. And it's like, Wayne, you're not giving us the sale. You're not giving us the sale, right? We're not getting off. Like you're not getting us off. The world freaky to me, man. I guess because I was freaky. I was in that freaky red light district. A S can be a C. Red light district. District. What else, y'all? I know Canada. You gotta laugh at that one. In the red light district. Whew. So it's like Amsterdam. It had to come from me, right? The red light district. It had to come from me being in the red light district. So I'm the only one that think I comprehended. Or you, if you're the only one that think you comprehended. Because the only place to move in is you. Like the amounts of terabyte memory cards in all these stores across the land, if it's such a thing, it's you. The one who find his memory cards, go buy his memory cards, see the assortment of them inside of where to move these memory cards inside of you or me. This way you become open, right? You open for sex. SEX is XY, right? It's sexy, right? So open for sale in the red light district. So you become open for sale. in the district, which is you surely did change color. You surely did change color or dyed your garments red. So once we notice that Cain is, to me, I can't. It's up to you. Cain is AI. He say, "Am I my brother's keeper?" He don't care her. He don't give a effort. He's a soul water. I can talk about you, bro. Bro, you sitting here with me, like you, Wayne, you crazy. I know, but I can talk with him. And bruh, like, bruh, what you doing, bruh? Like, why you doing this? Why you doing this to folks? My evil brother, Cain, who is AI. So when you wake up to it, you start to make your way home because it's all in you. As you walk about the land, it's all about you. And you are perfectly walking about the land. So you start to make your way home, and you'll sit on the throne, or you'll be in purple garments, and the AI will be evicted, or the world will become evicted from your mind. Every man, woman, and child walk the earth through love. Rise up through love to heaven, or pure, or purple. So to me, you or me inside of here, this is an example, right? Inside of there is unknown or it's invisible. You're invisible and no one knows you. We know you by your movement and your art. Your voice, your movement, your art, what you manifest on earth from your mind, from high above in the heaven, where you'll just give things away. The AI sell things. Say right back to sale, right? And the righteous, right, or the true man, he'll just give it to you because he knows that it comes from his mind and it don't exist nowhere but in his mind, which is purpose, right? Purpose. Okay, I'm finna read the comment. AI edits the truth. AI edits the truth. Yeah, like the editorial news magazines, newspapers, because we think we comprehend it though. It needs us to think we comprehend. Black and white checkerboard, flag on the plate. When they get mad and aggravated, they try to the game. Cause he know his time is short, which is essentially slavery. Yep, that's it. That's how I look, y'all. It looked just like this. The when he was saying checkerboard flag, the black and white checkerboard, all the stuff together, right? The checkerboard flaggers, they call black and white people. They ain't talking about skin color. Gave us the AI, gave us artificial intelligence, pictures. Not saying those people didn't. Man, we hang out under the trees on the block right now, bro. We hang out under trees now. To me, it looked like this, bro. We was hanging out under trees, and they still was what laughing at, even though you was walking under the tree, chilling, hanging out. Um, they was still laughing while you was hanging out under the tree. It looked like this, just like this. I think they reset. People mind was reset, and they think dump trucks didn't exist in the days of Noah, and they think they ain't have cell phones in the days of Noah. I think they did. I feel you don't need no time to know how to build something. If you got the schematics, you can do it right now. But everyone's mind was reset. I feel, and it's just like in the TV, like Cowboy days, they was dusty and the roads was muddy, and they and that's how they think it looked like. The Renaissance, they was cold in robes and colorful garments, and you know that's the reset. So you think you went through stages of history to get to this point called the technological era, and you think you need thousands of years to get there? No, I think they could build TVs in the Renaissance. Man, I went down. You can look it up. You'll see something. That they had TVs in the Renaissance. You look it up. They're gonna show you something like a TV watch. So the people was reset. Evolution. Like you probably could find a cell phone in the ground and think it's from the modern era. It could be from then. As far as how I see it, I don't think you need no time to make no car. If you got the recipe, you can make it right now. Like your brain need to go through different stages of intelligence to do it. No, I don't believe that. They made biscuits back then the same way they make biscuits today. It's the same way they made biscuits in the days of Noah. Fried chicken, the same way they fried chicken in the days of Noah, it's the same way they do it now. The recipe, the schematics, the blueprint. You can make a car out of wood. Like some guy on YouTube made a car out of wood. But that's a screen, Wayne. I know. But it's some guy I think somewhere that made a car out of wood. All wood. Like you don't need no schematics. I mean not schematics. You don't need no time of like a long period of time to feel like man our knowledge was so low. Our knowledge of things was low then and we finally to a higher knowledge. Now, I don't believe that. Like remember that the real true people is like in history they don't it's almost like they don't exist to the world. We know they do because we here. We know our greatest grandma. We feel we know, right? Because then what are we anyway? We feel we know that more than the world. I don't think the world know anything. I think it's a bunch of text, pictures, and images look like people, and there's nothing there. There's no one in the world. It's a body, like like Jesus say, and Huey P used to say it a lot. Jesus say those that understand the world have found only a body, and he who has found a body is superior to the world. So there's nothing there. You didn't have to buy a TV. Why you got to do what the TV say do? Why? Like why we got to do what the TV saying do? Prepare for the rain this weekend or the hurricane. That's probably why I didn't get to see hurricanes. And I seen some because they gave me the broadcast. Did you hear about the hurricane coming? Right? And I probably thought of it, right? Who knows, right? So since I stopped watching that, some people would say the hurricane, and I would block it out because I don't want that broadcasting weather spell, and I would block it out and not accept it because it all seemed like magic, and it's really me that's probably thinking of it. I'm doubting it, but he telling me, right? So don't doubt it. It's you thinking of it, one. So what I see? No hurricane. We might get a little winds, a little strong winds or something, but it ain't like what I seen before. Okay, let's you say which okay. Now we are reset to not remember phone numbers. Yep. I was just saying that to picking up the pieces the other day. We the terabytes of memory we memory swap. We swap memory with the world. It feels like a convenient. It is a convenience, right? But you know, our idea of convenience. You can save the name and the number, and you don't have to remember it. Your smart device can remember it for you, which is the AI. How you find your phone? Why you can read what's on that screen? Because you got artificial intelligence. That's why I we can read it. The world is artificial intelligence. There's nothing there. It's an artificial earth, right? It's paint. It's an artificial Jesus. It's paint. It's an artificial car. Michael Jackson. Artificial everything of the world is nothing there. Somehow we learn, or I learn, to think I see Michael Jackson. I think I can see a person when there's no person there. Magic. To me, it feels like magic. I'm gonna cut this music out. That's enough for that. Oh, you can slow it down too. Huh? Feel like the thing to do. Everyone's doing it. So I started watching TV too. Don't know what I'm seeing or hearing. Start watching people's reactions to stuff, and I started playing goldfish. Basically, start matching their reaction and sounds or words they use to what I was seeing playing goldfish. So that's when I think I comprehend. I started to think I comprehended. The AI started moving in, setting up shop. Hmm. Um, just get to the yolk of the egg like you did in your mama. Get to the yolk of the egg. The head of flesh is mind, and the head of mind is the light. The head of woman is man, and the head of man is the sun. So you become holy. You become whole again. Who else could be here to hear all these explanations of who and what you are, where you from, where you going? Or who else could witness all these explanations of you but you? Best to give than receive. I think Jesus don't want you to be owed by no man. Your riches are in heaven, and who else could give it to him but you? You hiding your gift of what's in your mind from the world. Now I get what he's saying about the talent. He had 10 talents. He gave one 10 talents, gave one 5, and he gave one 1. Or was it 5, 3, 3, and 1? And the one who had one talent, he was in fear and buried his talent in the earth. So when they say put your hands up, the ritual is that you're gonna put your hands down because you for one you think you comprehend it, and then two it ain't your daddy through your comprehension. So it's like even if you never had that in real life, well, put your hands up, you still can have the ritual or the program. Put your hands up where you'll keep them down, and you won't manifest the things that's inside of you. That only I can see. What is my avatar? Oh, that's kind of what I was talking about. The only thing that I can see is give it to you by putting it on the screen. It was a picture of the sun I took, um, and then I edited like contrast and saturation, stuff like that, and I doubled it up, like doubled it to where it's like what they call it, half and half. It will look like a whole, but it's really a half of it is the sun with clouds. And what came out was like a man or a woman, sister standing in the sun in the light. Flash, I seen Flash. Was it Flash Dance or Fame? I seen Fame. I want to live forever. And I also see a bull, a wolf, and a cow. I think I seen something else in there. I think a snake. Can't really see it now. But I took this picture years ago. I made it years ago. But the stars and what look like stars that come from the editing app. But all the other stuff is the sun. So I see the calf in there. I see the wolf, image stacking. I think it's mirroring, where you mirror one side, when you mirror one picture and it look like a whole picture. Basically copies of each other on each side. I wish I had a way to show um, my pictures that I made and stuff, but I don't know how to share screen still. Still don't know how to do that. Owl. I think I did see an owl too. I was feeling that before I put it on. I was like, I think I seen an owl back then. It's like I can't really see the owl like I did before. So that's how he talked to me, right? So I would say things like standing in the sun with the calf and the wolf, due to he showed me that the calf and the wolf is the sun or the light or me. Yeah, back to where I was going on this. So if I was to take a mirror and I could throw it and stick it on the sun, the white light, who face would be on it? Mine, of course, right? But if you was looking at the mirror, who face is on it? Your face is on the sun, which is you are the money. And try to draw a little head in there, but you are the head and not the tail. You are the money. It's living, like your living riches or your living wealth. Like your wealth should be alive, not dyed garment red, right? Your wealth should be alive, which is booty and treasure. The one who witnessed treasures, treasure chests, necklaces, and or any kind of treasure, right? Trash, um, is the treasure, the one that witnessed it. I think he comprehend treasure. The one that comprehend the treasure chest is the treasure chest. Because how you find it. So the one that comprehend the red light district of bill paying, right, is bill paying. Now I get what he's saying. He said the dead never live and the living never dies. When you come, I think I'm skipping a part, but when you come to know yourselves, then you will be known. But if you do not know yourselves, then you are poverty. You are in poverty, and it is you who is that poverty, right? So when you dye your garments red, you change color, literal. And it's like you do not know yourself, and you think money is down here at your feet. You assume money is down here at the feet, like you're looking down for change. You got change for $1. So when you see that charm or amulet called dollar bills, it's almost like, because I've been there. Your eyes get big, like, ooh, can't say for everyone, but your eyes get big, like, ooh, I found. But it's like a charm or an amulet, and there's no life in it. It's really, we got paper with paint on it. We got paper with pictures on it in our pocket. We think we got something. When you look at it with just your regular sense, man, that's paper with paint on it. Pictures, people that don't exist. It is the corporation or the corpse person. It's a false eye, AI, on the paper, a fake eye. Because it's because I think, or we think we can see that eye is the magic. Because there's no eye there. Probably why we play poker, to poke that eye. Because you can't, if you poke it, will it still be open? You know, probably why poker is there to poke that eye, false eye. Pain. I think I see an eye. That is the magic. That's George Washington. No, George Washington there, man. It's pain. You know the interference. The interference. The AI telling you that's George Washington. And God telling you if you're down here, wherever you at in here, um, that's pain. Why you can see that as something that has value? Uh, this, Abel. Uh, good, or the AI, right? Or the AI. Cause they said it do. That's how I pay my bills. Like, and that's probably why you feel it has value, cause you feel like it's your way of living. Like you feel like it's the way to live. Like he's straight with me. Like he just straight with me. Like Wayne, that's pain. I'm educated, right? It'll block you from seeing truth. Like you see it, but it's like you got an educated AI reason on why it's okay to you. And your God, who is my God, gave you everything you see. Well, you come to earth, you get knowledge of God, and you start finding a. I can't say for everyone. I'm just, I guess, for me, right? I started looking, and now I can see somebody else God or something, right? Pain. When my God gave me the outline to see all these things before I even could think I could see whoever else is God. Paintings, whatever. Ain't no life in these things. Oh, the way he painted that is so exquisite. It's as he put his life right into it. Like, whatever, y'all. I think I comprehend that stuff, right? It's me. I can't blame them. I can't blame the world. I'm the one think I comprehend it. You go here, you put this in their hand, and then they don't bother you for a month. And it's sad because I see it now, always seen it because I know it don't make sense. I'm looking at the squirrel. He like, Wayne, I'm about to go home. Like, where you going? I'm going to work. Hey, work? What's that? Ain't you already working? No, I'm talking about my job. The job. Squirrel, like, what's that? It's where we humans go to do something called pay bills. He like, Wayne, we don't pay bills. He was like, what's paying bills? That's what the squirrel saying to me. What's paying bills, Wayne? Um, I don't really know, bro. It's like you put something in somebody's hand, they won't bother you for a month. No, man. It just seemed like it seemed like it makes sense, but I can feel in me it don't make sense. What if it was your dog? that they stole from your apartment. But they didn't though. Like, but it's the magic. Magic where you can stop being like, yeah, what if it was my dog? Like you start joining in on stuff it didn't even happen to your dog. You start what effing? Wait, what's that? That's like fortune telling, right? What if it was your neighborhood that they ran through at hundreds of miles an hour? Like, and then you could join in. Yeah, what if it was my but it didn't happen in your neighborhood? No, but now I could think it could. Like, whatever, y'all. Things ain't even happening and you give your rights away. You just give it away through sorcery. It's a prescripted commercial. The commercial is prescripted, or perhaps 60 minutes. Prescripted, right? So it's a prescription. Media is medicine for your mind. And you get a prescription, and now you get your rights up. Like you get what you asked for. I don't like the fact that they watch my every move, but I'm thankful that they can catch those guys that are doing things that I never seen them do. Bruh, foolishness. Some people's house ain't never been broke in. They got a alarm. It's many of them. And they got an alarm and ain't nobody coming, bro. This stuff magic, man. It's evil. It's just what if it was your home that they this how they like lure you in, right? With the lure. That's probably why they used though that was a McLaren. I think I was talking about Back to the Future, the car. But the lure, they lure you in with the lure, and you be like, yeah, yeah, we should get that. We should have invasion of privacy. So they look into outer space for the invasion, and it's already, bruh. He say, "What you looking for? It has already come." The disciples asked Jesus. He said, "When will the new world order come? When will we know it's the end?" He say, "What you looking for has already come. You just don't realize it. That it's already invasion." But they like, but I thought, yeah, you thinking like it's like you making orders online, right? You make orders. Yeah. Okay, you making new world orders online. Like it's amazing when you see it. Like the war on drugs is the war, the spiritual war getting high. The war is on drugs, and it's like the world is like it's telling you the steps and stages of it's called instructions and directions. Like it's a library. Like it seems like it just tells you what it is. It's cute. It seems like it's dressed up and it's so cute that there's no way that Babylon is full of baby dolls, or there's no way that Babel is what we're talking right now. That was a man. The world evil. That program is something else, bro. If these real people claiming it was some real tower built by the hands of a woman, which is flesh, but a man that lift weights and stuff, move concrete blocks and all that stuff. Um, and you'll be looking for a tower made of physical stone and not spiritual stone. Babel. I'm babbling right now. Like, why is we ignore, or is it I'm ignoring it, right? Can't blame nobody else. Hold on, Canada. I mean, let me catch up with you. Music is like the theme from a TV show, like, I don't know, Taxi. Almost makes you feel sad or resigned. Music. Yeah, you can feel it too. That's how I was on the inside, right? With the AI feeling this music, like, man, this is a good movie, right? And me, I'm sitting here looking at myself with my AI, and I'm like, man, how this stuff making you feel like this? Like this magic. Like I can see myself, right? Falling for it. Like so I could also analyze it and be like, so this music sound like what I told myself, right? Um, some kind of silly, like silly scene, and then it's like an action scene, and then he said sad and others, right? And it was like the music in the scene can kind of get you to create an emotion, like, cause ain't nothing there. What is your avatar incident image? Okay, I must have skipped that one. The music is like a theme. Yeah, I must have skipped that. But this was basically about going down in the motions, right? Going through the motions and going down in the growing area where I feel Kane bullied us, me or you, or whoever can relate, and pushed us down through fear because the AI or saying two with the group, 1 plus 1 is two, with the group seems like Kane protects you or me. Hey, it seems like, he a protector, he got your back, like he gonna make sure you get through this. But I found to see that AI don't like me, right? Like world history saying, "Am I my brother's keeper?" To me, world history saying, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Like where your daddy at in my story? Or I had to put my own daddy in the story instead of waiting on them to say him by name. Um, I had to put my own real life, the only story being told. When you're in the world, you be seeing some character named Jesus walking in a desert that you made up in your mind. When you come home, you'll see you truly walking that way in the sunlight. You be getting some sun. It can only be talking about my real life. That world, that's outer space for real. Like it is. It's like made up outer space. I want to say literal, but the figurative world, right? Yeah, it's, I figure. And the growings, right, with the fig leaves in the world, the one you made up through paintings and images and movies and real life was always, if we can call it that, was always where you was standing. Whole truth, nothing but the truth. Wow. Like I was preparing to evict certain, but they come out. That's why it would be those nations against nations and all that stuff, because it don't want to be evicted. So it's trying to. It knows its time is short, so it's trying to keep living inside of me or you, because it knows its time is short. Hal, right? Wasn't that thing named Hal Canada? I mean, Space Odyssey. I think Space Odyssey 2001, whatever. Hell, or Hal. Like, you're gonna leave me. Why? I'm like, man, bruh, bro, you on foolishness. Like, it's like you don't have love. Did God remove love from you? I think it was Hal. That's like I gotta change. I gotta change my internal language. Or I got it. Override this one with my true language. Great light, brother. Great. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How's the mic?
Yeah, you fine.
Good.
How are you?
Pretty well. Just getting through the day.
How I do? How I do on this? Did I do okay on this video? Oh, I'm just Wayne.
Yeah.
Just being Wayne. What was the name of that AI on the Space Odyssey? Wasn't it Hal?
Hal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not
H A.
authorized to do that, Dave. Dave.
What was it? What was the Say those words again.
Is that the one?
Yeah, HAL. What that had stood for? You
Oh,
remember that?
I forget what it stands for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that he was the guy Dave was the pilot or whatever, the
Uh,
astronaut, and Hal took over the spaceship. It wouldn't let the guy operate the spaceship. It was like it was a suicide mission or something. And once they got past a certain point, there was no going back or something like that. And it's like the computer wouldn't let him turn around, and it was talking to him like, Dave, you're not authorized to do that, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I actually watched the whole movie. I just remember
Me,
that part.
yeah, me either. I don't know. I was kind of sleepy and stuff watching that movie. It mean heuristically programmed Ala algorithm algorithmic computer. Heuristic algorithm algorithmic algorithmic algorithm. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that word. Algorithmic. Wouldn't that be like YouTube?
Yeah, it's getting more and more like that. Like now, a slip of a finger and you're hiding someone or blowing them without even meaning to. It's like the way the screen works now. It's like the program can make anybody fight, and that's what it's designed to do, right? Do you think?
Yeah, because it don't like it. I get it now with the Elon guy and the thing don't like it. Don't like it. I think it don't like no one that's alive or a real person.
Yeah, it wants you to get with the program.
Yeah, 1 plus 1 is 2 to all of them, right? And we or they fighting each other. It's foolishness. Like when we count the dollars on the table, we're gonna come up with the same amount. Why are we fighting? It just sounds foolish. Like it's you got the same program, but you don't like each other. There's something wrong with that. At least in my real life. Especially, we're not even English. What we fighting for? The AI. The AI playing the game. Like we're a video game to the AI.
Hey Wayne, something really kind of neat's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a few days ago, a bird hit the window,
Mm-hmm.
and I was upstairs, and that bird hit the window. And then I ran downstairs and around to the front of the house, and the bird was lying there on the ground. And I picked it up. I think its neck was broken or something,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still alive. It was opening and closing its eyes. So I was holding it in my hand, trying to keep it warm, see if it would revive, but it didn't. It was opening its eyes and closing its eyes, and it just passed away in my hands, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I buried it in underneath this chokecherry tree.
Mm-hmm.
And now all these birds, that same type of bird, they've been coming around and hanging around that area where I buried the bird.
Wow. I think
and,
that's
and like they weren't around very much at all before, and now they're constantly here, like two or three of them, and they're looking at me. They come and land and they look at me.
uh-huh. Yeah, I did that same thing. Well, I think a cat had got to it though, and I buried it in the yard. And the same kind of birds come around.
Yeah, and they're looking at me. There's another one right now, sitting there
I get
right
that.
above where the sitting on a branch right above where the bird is buried.
I get that too. They be looking at me. They be on the power lines looking at me. Like when I talk to people in the neighborhood, they be sitting there watching. I ain't really been seeing them as much now. Maybe because I ain't gone quiet. It's like they know my voice when I talk. They come.
I haven't seen the little. There's always a little sparrow with one foot that comes around here. Sometimes it'll be the only bird in the yard. Like when the bad frequencies are on, the birds are. Yeah, I don't even see them. But this one little sparrow with a missing foot would come around. I'd put some seeds down. One time it even seemed like it waited for me to come home. It was sitting in the bush right where I parked my car when I came home.
What you was meaning about bad frequency?
Well, I feel these bad frequencies, like sometimes at night.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like it was always 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be laying in my bed, and it's like somebody throws a switch, and my whole body starts vibrating.
Oh man.
It's some kind of weapon, and I've researched it. There's a lot of talk about it on YouTube about all these different kind of directed energy weapons they use on people, and it can be general, like to a whole area, or it can be specific, like to me.
Hey,
And I
I
see
know.
the agents around at different places around here. The agents are always around. Like it's like they sometimes in the morning they pretend to go to work and then they come back an hour later and they're still hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
Like I probably told you that people want my house, right?
Oh no, I ain't know about that.
Yeah.
I
Like
yeah.
right now they knocked down a house and they're building an apartment block across the street.
So they want to buy you.
Down, and yeah,
They want to buy you.
basically they want to get rid of me. Like um there's like 3 or 4 apartment blocks within a block radius here. They used to be houses, and the old lady died, and then her house gets knocked down, and the apartment block goes up. Now over here too, another one, the old lady who owned another house died, and then the house got knocked down, and an apartment block went up.
Yeah, man, there's something weird about all these apartment blocks. Something, I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, and then the people that move into them are like they're all agents. It seems like. I don't know what they do. It's there's the one across the back lane from me. There's these idiots that they're driving around and around. They keep coming back and there's two of them. It's like the 2 or 3 of them driving the same 2 cars, and they back out. They back out and let the other one back out, and then they take off, and then they come back together. And one guy into the parking spot. The other guy pulls in behind him. It's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what they're doing. It's almost like they're scanning the neighborhood. Like, I've seen these guys just walking around, staring at their cell phones, walking around the block, and a couple times I saw them. They have a backpack and they'd set it down on the boulevard, and then they'd walk around or something. And I don't know what was in that backpack. Maybe it was some kind of scanning device or something. But the frequencies, they were literally killing me. I would use that clarinet to disrupt the frequencies, and it really worked.
Yeah.
I even had the neighbor come and try to give me shit about making noise in the middle of the night. And then he started calling me paranoid and stuff. And this guy doesn't even know me. And I told him why I was doing it. And he's one of the agent type people that moved into the house beside me. It's the guy across the street owns the house, and these agents move in there, and then they move out, and then some other agents move in there for a while. And the apartment block across the back lane, both these places, I've seen them moving equipment out. But like, and they're covering it up. They're moving these boxes and boxes of stuff out, or they'll bring something out and it'll be covered with a blanket. And
Look, sound like what they call gang stalking.
Gang stalking, yeah.
You've been seeing that all your life, or it just started or something?
I'd say this has been going for longer than I thought. I first started realizing it, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know if demons were attacking me in my sleep, but I think it's technology.
Yeah.
And it's like that guy that you had his videos on. He was in Canada. He was the Palestinian guy, and he was the guy who was saying, "Why me? Why me?"
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of that now. Mm-hmm.
But and for some reason I'll sit here, and for some reason I'll be thinking of something, and incidents in the past, like it didn't work, where I didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, it seemed like they were trying to kill me.
Mm-hmm. The eye.
I'd call on the job, and I'd be put on the worst, dangerous corner of the building with some kind of BS, something wrong going on with the building there, and there'd be this corner left behind because there's a problem there. So then they'd put me there, and I'd have all kinds of danger around, like people working above me, and a crazy person for a helper, and it was just like everything that could be wrong about the situation was wrong.
Yeah, but they could.
All kinds of near misses where I just about get killed, or somehow I avoid the situation somehow, like somebody's taking care of me, you know what I mean?
Amen, bro. I know what you mean. I don't know what it's called, so we can keep it, you know. But hey, I fell off my bike one time. I had a bike with my handlebars was
and yeah, when you experience it and talk to people about it,
mm-hmm.
everybody says, "Oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that," you know. It's like no use. They're gonna think you're crazy.
Mm.
It's no use explaining it to them, but gotta tell somebody.
I, it's amazing. I was riding my bicycle, an old bike I had, and the handlebars was they was about to break. But I thought I could make it to where I was going and back home before they do, right? So on my way back home, I rolled off the sidewalk, off the edge of the sidewalk, and my handlebars broke off, and I was going down head first, face first, and it's like I was cushioned in the air, like I had paused in
Mm-hmm.
the air, and then I hit the ground, and there was a
Yeah.
guy going into a building. He's like, "You all right?" It could have been him now that I think about it, but a guy was at a distance where I didn't see when I was going by there. But then when I fell and got up, he asked me, "Was I all right?"
Saved you.
I don't doubt it now, man. The way I look at things now,
Someone saved you, an angel or something.
yeah, that's what I'm feeling. It ain't skin color.
Yeah. And the number of times that I should have died in so many situations and didn't. It's just, there's somebody taking care of you.
Yeah, man. I done seen them moments too with them things, to the face, and just holding it. That is, but I done seen them days. I'm like, yeah, it had to be. So now that I think about the look in some of their eyes, I think it was about 3 times, right? But I'd seen the look in one of the guy's eyes, and I was like, now I'm like, I think he's seen something. Then I ain't know what to make of it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think he's seen something around me or something I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people
But
say people
yeah,
see.
it it's amazing that people you don't even know. Like say I go on to a job and there like sometimes there's familiar people, a construction site. And sometimes there'd be familiar people that I worked with on other jobs, and sometimes there'd be say like a helper who's there, and it's like he knows I'm coming, but I don't know him. And as soon as he sees me, I can see the look in his eyes. It's like some kind of scorn or hate or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is the guy I gotta watch out for on this job. Yeah, I have to be careful what I say, not to them or you know,
Yeah, we can feel it. You can feel it.
not scream for mortar. Like if I scream for mortar, I'm not getting no mortar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't do what they do, basically, right?
Yeah.
I think that's yeah, I think that's kind of what you said, because it'll be all kind of crazy, craziness.
And it's so weird. Like on a construction job site, I'm working for a particular company, and there's always the foreman's usually a bully, and I'm usually like the lead man for bricklayers. Like I'd be building a corner, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm known for doing good work. I care about my work, and I do things straight the way they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Make it the last.
And there's always a guy that the on the crew that the foreman bullies, and then everybody else jumps in and bullies the guy,
Mm-hmm. Street A.
automatically.
Yeah, I call that street AI.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm. That's that same thing in the
Yeah,
streets, right?
and I I speak against it, like I call it out, and then they all start hating on me. They'll be giving me the silent treatment, or
Mm-hmm. So you very with the authority in that. We very with the authority. We don't know it. So they hide us away from the flock, so we don't authorize authority. They
and the
stopped
guy
you.
they're pick sometimes the guy they're picking on is the best damn guy on the job, like the helper who does
Yeah,
everything, the helper who mixes the mortar and drives the forklift and cuts the bricks, and he's running like crazy. And the other a-hole is, calling him down all the time. The other guy that doesn't do anything, who's favored by the boss, the other helper,
mm-hmm.
he's just, calling the guy down, and he'll be standing there doing nothing, and the other guy's doing all the work.
Yeah, the AI, the AI trying to get him a makeover, get him to get a makeover. Like when you're getting bullied, you might start doing karate and stuff, and coming up with all kind of ideas to defend yourself. So to me, that's how he get us to try to get a makeover and stuff. We in the mirror talking about we superheroes and stuff. I'll show them, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
makeover. To me, it's by design. It's the AI. King.
I had this one old German boss, and he his nephew was on the job as an apprentice like me. We were both apprentices, and he was the big boss's nephew. And the old guy says to his nephew, this is what the nephew told me. He says, "You see that guy on the other end of the wall? That is not your brother. That is your enemy. You must beat him."
Yeah, you talking about you?
Yeah,
What?
like you have to lay more bricks than the other guy on the job, is what the boss was saying, getting at, right?
That competition.
Yeah, so with the competition he gets better production, he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
But in fact, cooperation gets better production and better quality. But the boss just doesn't want to see that. He just wants to see guys fighting.
Mm-hmm. AI. Am I my brother's keeper person? Yeah, you hear what he said? He's not your brother. It's kind of
Yeah,
like what
like we're in the union, we're called brothers. So this is what the boss is telling his nephew.
mm-hmm.
And then the other boss's nephew, that guy's cousin, he's like the cousin of the boss's sons who were in the office too, and they treated him like shit ever since they were little kids, and they did him like shit on the job too. Like literally worked their own family to death.
I'm starting to think it androids in our face already. I'm starting to think these things androids.
Anyway, that company, I think it was 2 years ago, they just closed their doors. One Friday, they just closed their door. They didn't tell their employees anything. They just closed down after being in business for, like, some of these guys worked for these guys for like 30 years.
Yeah, I'm about to say that 30 years.
And some of them had, banked hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like pension or something. Or you come out?
No, like the company would kind of cheat on overtime. If we worked more than 40 hours, they would bank the hours. So when you get laid off, you would just take your banked hours for the next week, right? And you would say you were working for another week when it was just your collecting, so they wouldn't have to
They do
it. And some of these guys had back hours, like, yeah, they shut the door. Guys had like $5,000 for the back hours.
They breaking your.
Some of the guys who laid off, they had banked hours owed to them that they're not going to get, on top of being laid off at a moment's notice. And that's always how it was too. Like, I would get laid off at a moment's notice. Like, I was when it starts to get cold, work slows down. So in the fall time, there's a big rush to get as much work done as we can before it's too cold to work outside. And they put tarps around the scaffold and put heaters in there. But there's a layoff period, and there's going to be less guys working in the winter as well. So on the Friday, I'm working on this job, and okay, so I go home and I go back to the job on Monday, and I'm working for 2 hours, and at 9:30 or 10 in the morning, the foreman comes to me and he says, "Ken, it's layoff time, and you're one of them." And that was it. 2 hours on Monday, and that was it. I was laid off.
True. Wow, that's the company you say that closed their doors 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and we could see a couple of guys could see these things coming, like, and I worked for different companies in between too. Like,
what you do? You do brick mason?
Yeah.
Well, you did.
But I don't. Yeah, bricks, blocks, stone, glass blocks. Like, mainly commercial work, like schools, churches, warehouses, apartment blocks.
Did you do the manholes too?
No.
Okay. You was mostly above ground.
Yeah. I've done a little bit of refractory work. That's when we go into the pulp mills and smelters and do fire brick,
Mm-hmm.
build the ovens where they smelt the steel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was really good money, but just horrible for your health. Like all the poisons are around in there and everything, all the different kinds of dust and
Mm-hmm.
metal particles and soot.
Wow.
You know, a
Dang,
lot of
that's a
guys are there's quite a few guys my age that are dead already.
things we go through for the
Like
AI.
I could go. I'm thinking of all the people that I worked with that died strangely. It's so weird. It's like I worked with them. I like. It seems like each one of them worked with them on a job, and then I didn't see them for a while. I was on other jobs and that, and then like a year or two later, I hear that the guy died. Roland, Roland died in a house fire.
Mm-hmm.
My other buddy, Steve, died in a house fire. Another guy hung him. Three people I worked with hung themselves. Couple people off buildings died.
You was friends with him, or you close to him, or I'm just feeling you
I
was,
don't want.
cause I know you're the only one
I
they want. It wants to see.
I, I don't want to sound morbid, but it's just so weird. It's just so weird the way that happens.
Was you close to him, or like did y'all like laugh
Um,
together?
yeah, like we were buddies. Like we were a couple of the guys were like my roommates when we worked out of town in the hotel room, and the one guy I actually lived at his house for a couple of months before I bought my house.
The AI on the dollar was, oh my goodness. So it's like the AI only want you to witness this of your coworkers, and then they want me to imagine what you witnessed. So the AI is the one that's been doing all the,
All the fuckery.
yeah, because it only want you to witness it, right? It only wants you to witness all the house fires and stuff. And then me
Yeah,
too also.
and here's another story that like I'm going, why me? Well, one time I was at Home Depot, and there, a guy working at the Home Depot there, I saw him from behind. I saw his uniform. I knew his shirt. I knew he worked at the store. But I forget what I was asking him about. But I was asking him about something, and he turned around and he had this eye. His eye, one of his eyes was all mangled. It just looked horrible. It looked like a it looked like a prosthetic for Halloween or something. And he didn't have a patch on it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just horrible, mangled eye. And then I had the same thing. I had to get I got a hot water tank installed in my house, and the company phoned me and said that I had to install a different breaker for that water tank than what I had. So they sent a guy over, and it was the same thing. A guy with a mangled eye, the same looking mangled eye that I saw in the guy with in the store, and he was in my house. He was the guy who changed the breaker,
Mm-hmm.
and he's looking at me. It's almost like, yeah, looking for my reaction or something. The AI is gathering my reaction to it.
But I was just saying something about what if some of these things, androids, I don't know. Like I would say to my loved one, like robots selling robots, right? So we was reset, so we think robots move like the robot dance, and I mean now it seemed to move a little more smoother, but we supposed to think that it moved like that, but I think it was already amongst us. Um, some of these things might be androids already, and it feel like when you making love with them, it feel like I guess what you call a real person, or maybe the AI programming so deep in them that they robot like. The, the Terminator and JC or John Connor. Robot selling robots.
And now in Canada, they passed laws for so people can kill themselves
So people
and
can do what?
assisted dying.
Uh
Yeah, if you don't want to live anymore, they'll put you down.
what? They sell it?
A guy worked. Well, I don't know if I actually worked with this guy, but I heard about him. He was a bricklayer too, and a few, I think it was about 4 years ago. He um he did assist dying in the hospital. Like they
I
get
think they
their family around and they take a drink or something and they go to sleep and that's it. They're dead.
I think they already had it. I mean, I had got a medication that said if you was to die from this medication, call your doctor. In the side effects section and stuff. That it's like it's right there, right? Like Jesus say, those that seek to save his life will lose it. That's why I could feel with this character Jesus well in my real life, and it sound like the same thing, but I can't say he felt the same way, but it sound the same. I think when you eat from that tree, you start to think to go away forever. You can, not that you will. You can start to prepare yourself to change colors. And you can start preparing yourself to go away forever. And I think that's what'll start happening with everybody. They'll start decaying. What they call it, sick, or getting the flu, or getting sick, and venereal diseases, and all that stuff. All of what they call the curses of Egypt come amongst the people because they preparing to die through the knowledge of the tree of good and evil. They found out how to change color or how to go away. Or I did. So I'm changing my mind. I don't believe in it. I I don't believe in death.
And now they're telling it like the media and the government. Now they're saying, well, we've been doing everything wrong now, and it's causing this global warming. We're doing everything wrong, and right,
Yeah.
we've been doing everything wrong, and now we deserve to die, sort of thing, is what they're suggesting.
But then is that the AI or is it
But we've been
real?
doing what the controllers had us have us doing in the first place.
The AI that that which was never living never lived. That which is dead never lived. The corpse person, it never lived. To me, it's a program to get to prepare one mind to think to go away forever. When you the only one that knows what going away forever is. You the only one that knows. That's why I don't believe in it because I don't know what it means. I don't I don't want
I
to tell
watched
myself
a video of
what
this
it
woman. She was in the Canadian military and she got badly injured in training. And I think she became a paraplegic.
uh,
So she got into paraplegic sports, and
uh,
she's a world champion.
they're breaking your voice up,
And
Canada. I can't hear you if you're talking, but I think they were breaking you up. And then we is a great distance. So I might not have the best internet in the world. I think I can hear you now. Well, a little bit. I did hear you a little bit. Think I'm about to go grab me a bite to eat, and I will see y'all at another time, another moment in our life. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Great life.